gameplay video and walkthrough of Steel Division number 44. And there's 20 we're playing Steel Division again. And today, I'm going to cheat and actually look at it says like, yeah, okay, so today, the 21st of September 2017, they released the first DLC. Well, the first expansion, I should say. Second wave. What it adds, I'll show you. Go battle groups. Which, by the way, the game has been evolving ever since I left it. They really stopped getting updates, getting bug fixes, more units, and stuff like that. But this is first expansion pack. I've been coming back to the game for a while now. I've still been meaning the campaign, but I typically forget about that for whatever reason, to be honest. But yeah, I finally, as you can see, I'm finally back. I forgot about the campaign. I still need to go back to it. 2, I've been sick or busy with newer games, which were more pressing. So yeah, basically a lot of reasons why I'm just now getting back to this game. While I'm bringing up my Steam comments real quick. By the way, what are new battle groups? That is fine. Alright, you're new. 4th Armored Georgie's boys. Only landed in Normandy in July 11th. The light 4th Armored was a tip of General Patton's spear, leading the way for Operation Cobra's exploitation. They broke through the German front, capturing trying to figure out like I say that word. Catonces, then swinging west to liberate Brittany. Okay. So now we'll read the rest, because I'm pretty sure there's 3. The expansion pack is just over $7, I believe it's $70.49. However, if you buy it in the pack, which I got it for $7.19 US, of course. So yeah. What else is there? You're old, you're new. I won't say you're new. Are you new to expand? Okay, 1 or 2 new things. Alright, so oh yes, Red Pilgrim asked me a week ago to come back to the game and do a. Alright, well, they were wondering if I would do an updated battle group for all the new updates. I said yes. I said soon. I meant to do it the next day, or at least earlier than, well, at least not a week from then. But I do apologize for the lateness. Again, I've actually been sick the last 5 days or 6. I've been sick. I've been sick from yesterday to back 5 days. I was actually using videos I recorded in a big batch. So yeah, I was able to actually record this. But now I'm feeling pretty good, so we'll do it. We'll at least do the battle group video. We'll see what we'll do next, because it's actually a lot to this update. But yeah, thank you for reminding me, Pilgrim, about doing a battle group video, looking at the battle groups. Which, that's the thing is a lot of YouTubers say that they don't like doing stuff like that because they say people don't have the patience for it on YouTube. That's not everyone, at least, and certainly not you all. So yeah, I think all of you that do like those types of videos where it's just me going through what's in the game. I don't want to read that yet. Okay, I went back to you. Where are the units? Sorry, Steel Division has a couple of things. Okay, 4th Armored Division, 1st British Special Forces, which obviously will be you. 1st SSB Commando Brigade, Action Commandos. 1st Special Service Brigade brought several commando battalions together, supported by engineer vehicles and tank, into elite assault unit Panthers and all modern Western Special Forces. Wait, they have Panthers? We're going to find out. The British Commandos are the best allied soldiers, able to deal with any infantry force, but they are fragile and lacking anti-tank guns to deal with armors. Okay. Also, moving on to the German side, there is the 9th EU. 9th Panzer Schenley Division. I mispronounced it terribly, I would assume. 9th Panzer has fought for almost 3 continuous years on the Eastern Front before being sent to France to refit and retrain on new equipment. Yet, division veterans are especially proficient with their older and more reliable vehicles such as Panzer IVs and Marauder, or its Kramer Panzer II Lux a light tank. Okay, so basically pushovers for me and my Jumbos. Well, me and my Shermans and Wolverines. Pretty much. Guys, I want to have a fair fight, so bring the Tigers along. Alright, what else is there? The 16th. Yes, you. Yes, you. Wait, hold on. Yes. Yes, you. The 16th Luftwaffe. 16th Luftwaffe Field Division was made of supernumerary. That's a new word. If I would hazard a guess, it means mostly of that one thing. Lots of it too. All right, so supernumerarily Luftwaffe ground personnel pressed into combat units. Oh, that's not nice. With low morale and often outdated equipment, also not nice. They were far from the usual hard-fighting German grenadiers, supported by a model assortment of captured French vehicles and Stugs. They can at least rely on well-equipped and multi-purpose flag guns. Wow. Regardless of what else Germany needs at this time, well, suicide plane units, not suicide, ramming plane units, the Luftwaffe, basically there was a point in World War II where the Luftwaffe said, okay, so many bombers, we can't think of a way to kill them fast enough, how about let's ram them? Because that always works. So basically they decided to send people up to ram bombers with Bf-109s. Like I said, it's ramming, it's not suicide, it's not kamikaze units, they don't have big explosives going straight into the belly of the aircraft to blow it up and blow them up. No, basically they're trying to hit the enemy bomber's wings with their wings, and basically bail out after that, which would kill the bomber and destroy their Bf-109. But if they end up being Bf-109s to throw away and the pilots weren't good enough to actually dogfight, then yeah. And also child soldiers and elderly soldiers, also that. Prisoners, you get the idea. The Nazis kind of became even more Nazis at the end of the war. If they could, even if such a thing existed, they managed to be even worse than they were before. So this is one of those things, forcing ground crews to fight. That should only happen if your base is about to get taken over. If your air base is going to be taken over, that is when it happens. And even then ground crews like technicians and mechanics shouldn't be fighting. They're too important to be doing that. They're, because a guy that knows how to repair a plane or make a plane is much, it's much better kept alive and maybe if they get captured to be uncaptured than they are to be killed in battle. So yeah. So that's interesting. All right, so that's all the new divisions for the DLC. As also I noticed that there's like 5 more that aren't new to DLC, if I remember correctly, and also there is what's else? All right, there are much more. There's 35 new units. Wow. Okay, sure. Probably in the divisions. Okay, and there's also a new game mode to go with the update. I'll also show right here. Alright, what's different about this menu? Can you do maybe 10 net? No. Oh, here no, yeah, duelists. That's all I'm at. Yeah, it's smaller than most games numbers, but you get the idea. Okay, let me look at the link. Overall, that's really good DLC, really good expansion. Well, in DLC you can say that because it's not, because it's not a physical disc or none. Alright, well, okay, so close combat mode. Oh, I'm looking at that wrong. My bad. It should be... Alright, closer combat mode. Alright, so it should probably play like Solid Hunter Sun Strict 4, I mean. Which, by the way, that just released and is amazing. A little light content, especially for the price point, but it's pretty amazing. If you want pretty much the progenitor of real-time tactics games, as in more arcadey but not arcadey, realistic combat instead of this being more simulatory. Again, this is not a simulator. We've already played that with blinking. But yeah, this is realistic. And basically, it's hyper realistic near simulator, whereas that's lore realistic. As in that's basically Battlefield when it decides to be arcadey in some of its games. So yeah. Alright, that's interesting. Alrighty, so now let's look at all the... Now let's do... I guess this will be a looking at the battlegroups video. Because there's a lot of battlegroups to look at. Alright, actually let's look at you real quick. Because I'm pretty sure you have a new hero tank. That's amazing! That's amazing. That's what I'm looking for. Wait, hold on. That is not what I'm looking for. Yes, this. Oh, quit. Yes, that's fine. Ooh. Okay, well, fourth. Just quick glance. Yep. The Thunderbolt, which was just added like a couple months ago to Wall of Tanks, and I really liked it in that game. This is the tank of Abrams. You may know him. You may know him maybe for this tank, the Thunderbolt, which is his modified version of the EZ-8. But Abrams was also a general in Vietnam, and which you probably most recognize the name for, most likely, is his name. Basically, he lended his name to the M1 Abrams series of main battle tanks, the modern main battle tanks of the United States. Yeah. Basically, what Abrams did, he up armored an EZ-8 with, I think, Panzer salvage. So basically, this is a mix between a jumbo and EZ-8, both aside from the jumbo's engine power, and also it still has EZ-8 side armor and rear armor, but it has thicker armor than the jumbo's front, and then it has even these plates on the side. This model doesn't look as good as the model in Wolf Tanks, but then again, in Wolf Tanks, it's a third-person game. This is a fourth-person game. You're looking at it from the clouds most of the time, so having as good a model is not exactly the best in the world. And remember, I remember back in mod day, in like the Generals and Halo Wars stop day, the models weren't so good, and now these models are excellent. But they have the corners. They have good corners at some point, actually. Looking at it. Don't look at it. Don't spoil yourself. Alright, so look at all the cards, and I'll try to note differences. Not quite sure if I will be able to, but we'll see. Alright, so of course, third Armored Spearhead. My second favorite, Recon. What you got for me? Victory Sergeant is homeowner. Alright, so which probably, like I said, the game has been updated a lot. The game has been constantly being updated to, again, bug fixes, but also lots of new content. Like, for example, I think the game looks nicer now. And also, there's lots of mods now. What's the category of mod? I want to say there's no real category mod for this game. It's all over the place. It's basically mods for all aspects of the game. Ones I've noted is a mod that changes the names of all the units to be their historical actual names. Like for example, all the American tanks don't have British names because that's what the British called them in World War II, and no American soldier called it that. Okay, tanks, what you got for me? That's what I'm really waiting for. Alright, so three stacks of 2 command stewards, which is pretty good. 3 stacks of 5 numble stewards. Oh, that's amazing. And then 2 more stacks of 3, or 2 more stacks of 3 null stewards, or N5 A1s, which is outstanding. Alright, so, and then 2 Abramses, or Shermanses. Okay, I mean, I think it's really good, because remember there's only, what, 3? Well, how many were there before? I mean, I can just look at my old deck. I should really look at my old deck, but what, there were like 2 stacks of 5 before that you had, and now they got insane amounts of stewards, which is amazing. Especially for the tank. And the tank general can, well, the tank division can bring in so many tanks. It's amazing now. And then command Shermans starting in B, which I know this designed from a War Thunder mod. I don't know what the background means. It means you're a night fighter? Probably not. But you're not new, but okay, so first off, you get 3 stacks of 5 M4 A3 E5s, basically basically late Shermans is 75, which is pretty good. At base, so you can spam your Shermans, which is what you should be doing because before you can really spam Shermans, you should be able to spam Shermans. Why? Because Shermans are made to be used in groups. They were made to always have 4 against everything. Well, maybe not. Maybe that's stretching it a bit, but pretty much. Now you know the stories. Basically, it's the Sherman squad versus everything. Sherman squad versus Panzer. It mirrors Panzer squad. Sherman squad versus the Tiger. It mirrors Tiger. Sherman squad versus King Tiger. You got issues, but murder it if you can. Okay, then we got 3 76 late war Shermans, which is fine. Also, again, the graphics are a bit better. However, okay, actually, hold on, you can get Jumbo and B now, which is amazing. All right, so I guess they decided to add all these Shermans because again, they probably want to add more units for Germany. And before, it's hard to beat. Basically, you know the issues I had with the 3rd Armored Spearhead because it just didn't have enough tanks for me. However, I believe it has enough tanks now. We'll see in a second if it has any tank destroyers, which may or may not, depending. That way, 76mm. Okay, so you got 3 stacks of 76mm A3s, and 3 of them in the stack, which is outstanding. Before this deck was slow. Basically, it was low late game because you didn't have that many tanks. Also, jumbo, 2 jumbos. That's fine. We got for support. Jeep with 50 cal, 3 of them, 2 of them, okay. Supply truck, 2 of them. M20 command, sure. Scots, yeah. Flint Thor, dudes, sure. More GMCs mid game. I guess they're not expecting you to go all out with your ammo and fuel expenditures early game, makes sense. Awesome music. 105mm Sherman, you get 2. Oh, in B, you get 2 stacks of 2, which is fine. And then you get separate. Oh, then you get veterans for 2, right? That makes sense. And then more 105s and C. You get 4 stacks of. Well, that's pretty cool. And remember, these are meant for fortifications and people, not exactly meant for vehicles. That's a whole thing thing. However, you can. It's not historically. It's not historically enough in World of Tanks to be going against vehicles with these guys, but typically want light armor. Right, it's a tank. What you got for me? These tank destroyers. Your tank guns are cool and all, and we get lots of them. But well, tank destroyer. Okay, yeah, I guess historically they didn't have tank destroyers in this branch. It's fine. Art division. Are you new? I remember having this tri-gun. What? Guns I'm making up though. Or is that even a gun in the center? No, it's a gun. I see a breach. Yeah, that's a 50 cal, and these are 30s. I think. Am I looking at it? It's hard to tell. Alright, tell me what you got for me. Mortar. Off map. Off map. Calliopes. Still sparingly of them. However, believably priests have more of them because yeah, I think the elite have more priests, and that was just nice. Always making them eat prey is always nice. Okay. Well, trainers, I think you're new. I don't think I've ever seen a R.U.S.E before. Oh, BD1 now has drop tanks. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, whoops. Overall, I actually might use the third Armored Spearhead now because, yes, it doesn't take destroyers, that is a bummer, but it has lots and lots of tanks, which is what I want. I want lots of tanks. I would prefer to have a balance between tanks and destroyers, but having lots of things is what I really want. So yeah, that's nice. We'll make the decks after we look at everything. How about that? And which, by the way, I should mention that if this won't be the only, hopefully this won't be the only video today. Me just looking at deck set would be silly. But we'll see. We'll see. I got some games that I want to play because of because Star Trek Discovery is going to come out in 4 days or in 3 days. So I want to play some Star Trek games, which I've been covering on the channel for a while now, and I just haven't been able to. All right, so fourth Armored Georgie's boys. What you got for me? Only good stuff. Tanks and tick destroyers, please. That's an infantry. A armored jeep. What's your armor thickness? 1. Sure. Alright, I might put it in my group because why not? Armored jeeps are interesting because I never seen one before. Okay, moving on to infantry. Yeah, I think the U.S. soldiers have more variety now. I don't remember people having leather jackets before. This might be the commanders. And then I don't remember them having the cotton hat before either. Okay, tanks, what you got for me? Obviously Abrams and the Thunderbolt. Makes you wonder if that's Abrams himself. Oh, what are you? You are a 75mm Sherman, of course. You are an EZ8. You have 10 armor in the front. What does an all EZ8 have? Which I don't think I have. I know there's EZ8s in the game. I just forgot who has them. All right, so he has 6. Yeah, wait, hold on. He has 2 stacks of 6 and 5A1s. That's amazing. He also has 2 stacks of 4 veterans, I should say, and 5A1s. So what do you want? Do you want to have 2 more for no veterancy, or do you want to have 2 less for veterancy? And then he has 3. I just read this. These are coming in. These are all B wave. Abrams is the only thing coming in A wave, which is not good. Well, then in B wave you get all the tanks, which you also get in 4A1s, 3 of them, and 4 in the stack that you got in 4A1. So 6 in B. That's pretty amazing. And you only get 3 of them. And all veteran, and then C, you get all the good stuff. Or well, more tanks. Oh wow, a stack of 4A1. So if you can handle an M4A1 late game, this is good for you. M4A1 Rhino. Yeah, it's a variant. I believe it's like a mine clear. Well, not mine clear, but basically a barricade clear what has its armor. 12 in front. How much do you have in front, just for referencing? 9. Alright, so you have 6 non-veteran coming in C, and then 4 veteran coming in on C, and C 6, 9, yeah, coming in. 2 of them coming in late. Okay, so basically, I think you're supposed to, if you're a tank person, you're supposed to either use you're basically supposed to use infantry for wave 1 recon, and then you're supposed to move over to spamming tanks in B. Like, the majority of your forces is going to come out in B. Or start coming out in B, and then C is wherever it gets to C, yeah, it's going to be difficult. However, they might have some tank destroyers. 2 trucks. But yes, okay, Abrams has lots of light vehicles for, I don't know what Abrams, because that's, he was just tank commander this time, or at this time he was not general guy. Unless it is, is that Abrams? That's not Abrams. Yeah, that's John Wood. Yeah, I thought so. Huh, okay, he gets a lot of tanks. Oh, he gets a lot of armored fighting vehicles in A. He gets lots of M8s. Which he gets lots of M8s, right? He gets lots of M8s, which M8s have 37mm cannon. Yeah, sure. I mean, M8. Yeah, M8s were designed as single destroyers. They just got, you know, a 37mm cannon can only go so far against Panzer IVs and above. Okay, enemy command. Oh, who are you? M30 cargo. It's a Sherman variant. It looks headless, but it's not because the driver compartment's still there, and the Sherman's just a really tall tank. It's just missing its third, which looks very awkward to me. The tank actually, how many spots are for tanks? Oh, not that many. But then again, you get tons of them in the stack, which hence why you get tons of them in veteran stacks. But again, it's a trade-off. Do you want 2 more tanks, or do you want a veteran, or do you want such veterans? To me, I would take more tanks because veterans seeing games is not really something I really care about. Never have. Maybe that's a flaw on my part, but yeah, I never really seen much use in it in every game, including company heroes too. Because I read ahead. Hellcats, Hellcatties, Tiny Jacksons. What's your builder again? Yeah, 76. Basically, if you don't know, there are 3 types of tank destroyer people for the U.S. There is Hellcats. You either like a Hellcat. You either like the Jackson, which is like a Hellcat but heavily armored, slower, and has a 90mm gun, or you like the original, the Wolverine, M10 Wolverine, which it has a 76mm gun, has armor, but it's older, which it still works. You saw it working when we were using it with the French. It works. It's just, you know, would you want a 90mm, or do you want speed? Hellcat has speed. All right. You come in A. Okay. Alright, so I'm playing strategy. Okay, we can call in 2 Hellcats in A, they can snipe, whereas Abrams can tank, and we can also call in these guys to run around flanking stuff. Okay, might take some micromanagement, but sure. I get tons of these. More Hellcatties? That's what we like to call them. Alright, okay, you get a lot later on, this makes sense. Okay, Alright, what you got for me? Stands their assortment. Yes, there's 2 of those guns, so that must be not a gun, that might just be a tube. For some reason or other. And the fact that it's painted in the colors. Which way was time? Oh, I know you guys very well. for Wolf tanks, one of the bigger guns in the game. It's what tier is this in Wolf tanks? What, 9? No, it's not 9, is it? But basically, as you can see, a 155mm gun. Yeah, I would like to have one in this game. Oh, F5A. In Navy camo? It's some sort of... Oh, he doesn't have guns. It's some sort of lightning. Just different. It has to be for recon. That's like the only thing it can be good for. The Marauder. Never seen Marauders in the game before. I don't think we have it. It might be new to the DLC. Alright, Marauders have machine guns. And more machine guns in case you need more machine guns to kill things. In case you run out of ammo killing something, or want to kill even more, you have machine guns for it. Machine guns for machine guns when your machine guns fail. To machine gun something. Like a machine gun. And that's into the lightning. Lightning's bombs. Alright, I like the 4th Armored Georgie boys, although I require more micromanaging because all the stuff is light for them. Pretty much, yeah. I mean, once we get to be, I'll be fine because I'll be able to tank spam, and everything's cheap enough so I can easily tank spam. But it's getting there might be the issue, and getting out of it. As in, if I'm fighting something which refuses to die by turn B, we have an issue. Okay, let's do the one of first Airborne again. Also, you know what I just thought? I might want to put in the description all the times for each of the divisions. I'm pretty sure I can do that. It's not that bad. I mean, it's like eating or something where I don't want to type, it's gonna be bad. But hell, you're nope. But you know, it'd be easier for people to find which division they will actually look at. Hence why I do it in Wolf tanks. I'm playing all these tanks in this video. Oh, you want to look at one tank? Go ahead. It's in the description. Alright. This one is new. It might be new. But yeah, I mean, overall, the expansion seems worth it. Okay. Oh, we do. We skip over recon. I mean, we could have. I'm not sure. But man, I've been coming back to this game. Command Locust. Do I remember you? I don't think I remember the Locusts. That might be new. Amphibious Sherman. Yeah, I mean, if you're playing well for Airborne for tanks, you're probably doing it wrong. I wonder if they added more water maps, or just V10s more water, or have more water in them. I think yeah, tons of tanks first. Oh wow. Yeah, I think they really updated. I think they really upped how many tanks the allies get for very good reason. Cause you know how surprised I was when I saw how many Panthers and Tiger 2s can be in one unit for the Germans, and especially late game with some of the different. We're on to anti-air. Just like the anti-tank. With so many. With so many. What's the one I'm looking for? I try to think of it, but my brain just died on me again. Which, by the way, I got back from a neurologist checking for stiffness, checking because of my stiffness, weakness, numbness thing. I had an MRI on my hit and brain, neck and spine. We're going to artillery. And yeah, everything's fine except my neck is very straight. But that's probably because my neck is very tense. Or my neck's very tight. So, yeah. me or new? I think I saw you before. I saw. I'm gonna blinking on the name of that. What's the similar? I gotta look at that real quick. Gotta look at a lot of things. I mean, overall, I really I really thought the update, by the way, is 799. I believe I said 749. That's a lot of Thunderbolts. Oh, there's Marauders with these guys, right. I thought I remembered them somewhere. Someone else having them. My question is there a Thunderbolt in this game with the bubble canopy? Because I swear the later ones had that. You know, basically that. Instead of a canopy. Instead of the more traditional, that kind of, instead of more traditional, that kind of canopy. Okay, now we're moving on to who? So Infantry Indianhead. Okay, Recon Infantry. But I mean, another reason why I didn't really do one of these earlier is because, as you can see, it's very time consuming. It's not exactly, you know, difficult, other than if other my eyes are blurry or if I can't talk, it's bad. But, you know, it's just, you know, even to me, which I don't get bored. But if it gets monotonous, especially for video recording, and I want to do something else, I do something else. 9 and a stack. Okay, that would be the highest I've seen in a stack so far. Okay, tanks. Amphibious Shermans. Shermans. Sorry for amphibious Shermans off the pad. That's not that bad. Oh, we're getting those Shermans to end with. Okay, these guys had rhinos, right? Or at least they got rhinos in an update. But also reason why I'm happy doing it now after the DLC is looking to the DLC altogether with the other units. Although maybe I probably should have done all the DLC units first, but it doesn't really matter because I'm just going to have it in the description anyway. Well, of course, it'd be nice for people that just want to see the DLC units, they can see right off the bat. So I do apologize if you like watching videos at the beginning and then stopping and then not looking at the and not scrolling through them. You guys get a chance. Oh, that's the thing in stores. Oh wow. Okay, I'm actually going to take some German Spence. Why in the world is the name of that? The funny thing is, it's actually on my desktop. I always forget the name of the game. It's the premier simulator RTS period. This is good. This is insanely good. This is, however, more arcadey than that game. Yes, I'm saying that television and even Wargame is more arcadey than that because that is insane. Which is even funny. Which the funny thing is, I actually won my first skirmish match for that easily. Partly because the Germans forgot to bring out their Tigers, but oh well. Telephone, the not Katusha. Ah, there you are. Yeah, there you go. It's the P4070. That's what I thought. See, bubble gonna be old fashioned. Bubble, old fashioned. Which you were in the game before, yes? I can't remember if he was or not. Alrighty, moving on. The 2E Blindee 2E DB. So far, my most played division. Let's see what you got this time. They get more infantry changes or differences. Alright, so we got a couple of these M4 A3s, starting in B for scouts, and earlier, I'll probably still stick with my M8. And the non-mechanized dudes. I just be misleading, they are mechanized because they are in the Jeep. Here we go, my favorite part. What do we got to play with now? Oh, even more Stuarts. Nice. We get a stack of 4 command Stuarts. Oh, that's amazing. And he fought in M5s too. I don't prefer the M3s because of, again, their machine guns, which this one doesn't actually have. So in this game, I believe you are just better. The M5 is just flat out better. Actually, there's less machine gun ammo, but more ammo for the main gun, of course. And what do we got for tanks? Two command M4 or A2s, which is really good. Oh, it's stacked. Oh, two stacks of 2. And however, we also got. Oh, it's all B though. Wait, hold on. We get 4. We get 2 stacks of 4 M5s in A, and then we get tons of Shermans in B. And even 2 26mm Shermans in B, which is really handy. Wasn't there just one before? And then you guys have the C. No jump, unfortunately, but that's. But these were, of course, French. These are the French which we lend our units to for Normandy. So yes, so they can take their country back. Nice support. No, I got French to tank. Please, team. I mean, let's see what they got. Blue come in. Alright, so still the 2 Wolverines in A, which is fine. Not gonna name much more than that. We just need more normal tanks in A, which is fine. However, it seems like we get tons, and we do get tons of them later. We get 2 stacks of 4 in B, which is handy. And then if we want to hold off longer, we get 2 stacks of 6. Which, by the way, I don't think I mentioned. I might mention which side I am on of the discussion of Wolverine, Jackson, or Hello Kitty. I'm definitely a Wolverine type person. You know, the Wolverine, as you can see, just has a 6mm gun. It's basically a Hellcat with more armor. But I still like my Wolverine, mainly because I always liked how it looked and how well it treated me in Wolf Tanks. It actually didn't treat me very well in Wolf Tanks. The Wolverine, I just have so many fond memories of. So yeah, we got the entire. It's all cannon with wheels. One more. Okay. Alright, I'm moving on. Thanks pretty much as I left it, so it has more Stuarts off the bat, which is nice. I'm moving to the Guards Armored the Household Division. I believe I remember you. You're newer though. Cromwell-esque turret on the Armored Car. Of course. He's put it. Oh, wow, that's an Armored Car for a 75mm gun. When do you get this? You get one in the first wave. Is it any good at range? It probably isn't, but that's not actually that bad. If you can handle the whole it's an armored car thing. They're mean of them, but they're meant for recon. Wow. I'll hate to be the guy that finds one of these guys in the bush. Like, oh, I'm just minding my own business. I'm in my Panzer IV, and then, wait a second, it's not armored car. That's not a show. Like, oh wait, it has a 75. Oh no, and then boom, I'm dead. Yeah. I mean, however, it can't be much worse than finding a Jet Tiger hiding in a bush. Because, of course, the Germans were camping at that time. Well, around this time, wherein the Germans were losing the war, so they decided to camp with armor and long-range weaponry. Like, oh, you found us! Or like, oh, you managed to close into us. You managed to close in the gap. A, managed to close in the gap, and B, you managed to find us. Or, A, you managed to find us, and B, you managed to close the gap. Oh, but now you gotta be defeated armor. But luckily, Jet Tiger crews were not very well trained and were kind of chicken, and they kind of turned around when they saw Germans rushing them. As in exposing their sides, which doesn't exactly bounce bullets like their front does. Think. Oh, it's special camouflage. You were Steward 6. A Cromwell, straight up. Well, is it Cromwell turret? It's not Cromwell turret, is it? No, it's different. It's smaller. Look at it closely. I should just get a picture. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, the British really liked the design. They put it on the TOG, they put it on the later versions of the cruiser tanks, like the... what do you... Oh, I haven't watched any of this new... Someone likes to camp bush and go hold on it. Shimmer 5. Firefly. Oh, hurries. With, of course, he gets a Boilermaker for some reason. And that essentially is a Boilermaker, which probably means he was the inspiration for the Boilermaker. with all of his cracks, with his camouflage in the barrel, even though it's not very well modeled in this game. Basically, it's supposed to play a little wavy line in the barrel to make it harder to see, and then you have a fake, and then you have a fake muzzle brake to pretend that you only have a 76 millimeter gun instead of a 17 pounder. But it's the caliber, but you get the idea. Because a power flag can penetrate a tiger at over 1,000 meters. A Sherman with a 76, a normal Sherman with 76, can't do that. Or at least not easily. So which is more scarier? Which one do you want to kill first? Okay, Assad. It is an armored car, I think. Crocodile. And take what you got. Fiat. Pat. Forgot which. I mean, that's the thing with me. I never understand how to pronounce a word, unless of course I hear someone pronounce it. Even if I read how it's supposed to be pronounced, I usually don't get it. Achilles. Honestly, these are 17 pounders. Notice the big breach on the end. Bigger than I 76. We should go jump to American faction to see. American division. Or an American division. Section. Here, what you got for me? The best, okay. Now, I'll be honest, I'm not very familiar with the Tempest. I know of it. I've seen it a lot. I just don't know what it does exactly. What does it do? An attack? Does anybody say in this game? Typhoon, which I know the Typhoon jet fighter better than this one. I never really liked British planes in World War II. I mean, I liked Mosquito, kinda, but I never really got into them. Like I never connected with the British planes like I do, of course, American planes and even German planes. Which is, I know I say that a lot, but still. But, you know, I do connect with British planes better than Russian planes, for example. And Japanese planes, I don't connect to them. Actually, I never really thought of that. I kind of connect to them, but I kind of don't. It's weird. I guess the simple way to say it is I respect it. Alright, moving on to the 6th Airborne Red Devils. Like, that is a interesting conundrum, yeah. I mean, not like I disrespect Russian or British planes or aviation war too. It's just Down. Is that a locust turret? A really small gun? Or at least something like it. But I think about when to do these types of videos. Obviously for DLC, that's for certain. Like how many times should I make a video like this for updates? Because they do add units every so often in updates, or at least change the rosters a bit. I mean, I could always just make a no gameplay video and then have this taken on the front. It's not exactly that bad, especially if it's for a little thing. Texture color, John. Yeah, special texture art. Okay, looks like the British version of the Jeep. No, this looks like This is a Jeep. Yeah, this is a Jeep. Just a Vickers on the front. Shark. Well, things known for its speed. Basically, you either for things of speed, at least back in the day when Xbox was first released, like the first year, you either had the T2 Lite, which was fast, or you had the Tetrick, which is fast. Pretty much, they're very comparable tanks and Wolf tanks. But I always had a soft spot for the Tetrick because of that reason. Not for any other reason other than it goes well with the T2 Lite, which I always like the T2 Lite for its speed and just general everything. Not too bad. Also notice the red/leather seating. I think that's new. I think I've seen that before. Oh, they probably don't call them the Red Devils for none. Or they call them that and then they decide to put red on their upholstery. But yeah, I mean, let me look at my watch real quick. Cause I don't want to stop. Just looking through this for, let's bring up this new list. It's 11:37 right now. Yeah, I'm fine for recording. I've been recording for 57 minutes right now. The Willys OP new battery. That's why you would call it OP. That's a good reason to call it for OP for sure. It's it's a Willys Jeep, but whatever, do nothing because it's nothing because it's just a Jeep, and then he calls in the new battery from offshore, and it vaporizes you and your friends. Yeah. Thank you for making fun of a Jeep. Sheesh. There's Mosquito. Also, the Spitfire's pretty cool too, I must admit. And so is the Lancaster. Okay, moving on to which one? Okay, Red Devils, the shifting Infantry Scottish. As you notice, I'm starting. I started thinking about clicking all of them, making sure you can see the actual unit. You can always read this. I should switch to these. Can I move these around? No. Let's move them around, but that's fine. Actually, maybe I don't need to mouse over the vehicles for the mechanized units because they are separate, aren't they? Like for, of course, the first time seeing a transfer truck, you're separate somewhere. But yeah, I mean, I do like making these videos because it shows what's in the game. Because that's the thing which I always had with games. I always wanted to look and see what's unit roster in the game, or at least before I started doing stuff blind for YouTube. I've always wanted to see, oh, what's in the game, so I can expect it. So if I like what's in it, I'll get it. So it would actually prevent me from buying lots of games actually. Until I figured out that it has those units. Oh, it has skirmish too. Also, that's another thing which I like to show off all the game modes if I possibly can. Well, maybe not show off the game mode's actual gameplay, but at least show that there is actual skirmish mode in the game. Oh, there's actual cult mode in the game. Okay, tank. Oh, there's an actual campaign. Oh, what the world? Okay, honeys, which are M3. It's about the machine gun on the sides. How dare these Scottish neuter are machine gun loving tanks? How dare they? I swear, like I would like to play these guys. I'm too busy with the American tanks. I mean, Churchills are cool. They have more armor than that Tiger, and they have a fast range gun. Two. Yeah, I did go up the line on World Things Xbox with the Churchills, and I just don't connect to them very well either. See, these tracks are separate. And they should be essentially the same. But overall, yeah, I mean, I did not get a lot of games because of the unit roster was nothing that I really liked until I realized, oh wait a second, they got mods now. Like for example, that was Men of War Assault Squad 2. I didn't really get right away because I was worried about the roster and if it had skirmish or not. Company Heroes 2 was similar to that, I think, but yeah, there were a lot of games I just didn't get because of that. And there's a lot of games I got because they had pretty good rosters, like, for example, Cold War Crisis, or, no, Cuban Missile Crisis. Yes, that's the name of the game which I want to play on the channel eventually. I just gotta figure out how to. And I really tried and failed. I just haven't tried. Yeah, I haven't. Basically, and also issue of me getting to the tutorial, which it's ancient, so it has tutorial issues. But yeah, Cold War Crisis is basically what will happen. What would have happened if the Cuban Missile Crisis decided? What will happen if? And the Cuban, what would happen if Cuban Missile Crisis turned for the worst and basically the United States and Russia decided to lob nukes at each other because the United States interrupted, basically made Cuba angry, and which in turn made so even angry, then they nuked each other, and basically the game is a world conquest game with early mid to a bit late Cold War vehicles. Or Cold War units, like for example, one of the threes in the game, which that was America's only mass-produced heavy tank, if of course you don't have Abrams, which, if you got Abrams with heavy tank instead of maybe heavy tank, yeah, it's up to you, but I guess the Russians might, because I believe, last time I checked, the Russians still use medium heavy tanks for their designations, and it's not like the Abrams can't be a heavy tank. If Abrams was in World War II, it would be probably a heavy tank, because of its weight. Yeah, its general purpose. It'd be a fast heavy, but it'd be heavy. But yeah, but anyway. So yeah, I've always wanted to play it on the channel. I just never got around to it. Mainly because I got stuck at mainly because I'm playing the tutorial and I got stuck in the tutorial and never really got back to it. Or basically, I got stuck on stuck. It's weird. But yeah. Which is also an RTS, an old RTS. Similar to the 1 and 2 Blitzkrieg, similar to the 1 and 2 Blitzkrieg, similar to the Command & Conquer 1 through 2. Right after this, we're going to get a DLC. Okay, moving on. To the 1 hour. Moving on to the first SSB Commando Brigade. What you got for me? And we got 2 more, and then we gotta go to the Axis, which might have as much or least. Oh, you don't have me recons at all. What is this? That doesn't really answer my question. A Morse LRC. You, my friend, must be Irish. I like you. I like you. You are some sort of tank yet. How are those guns moving? I mean, they could be using basically remote turrets, which were a thing in World War II. It's just they weren't cameras and joysticks. No, they were joysticks, sure, but pulleys. And even then, the only Germans really used it to get around some of the vehicles, get around some of their assault guns without having turrets. Okay. Infantry? Oh, it's all infantry. Of course, they're commandos. We'll send you commando. Ring guns, lead fields. Nice hats. Berets, of course. Yes, the beret, which these guys were where the Green Berets come from, I would think. But now I would think I would say I would think because I remember reading. I looked up what commandos were on Wikipedia because I was confirming what I thought commandos were, which commandos are basically any unit trained in raiding. Of course, in World War II, they actually used commandos, actual infantry sections, division, or basically infantry units designated as commandos. No one uses basically almost no one. When I say almost no one, I'm talking about the entire world. There are still nations that still have commando units. Like there are still nations that use full action rifles. Okay, maybe not full action rifles, but maybe not full action rifles, but stuff like that, ancient stuff. Yeah, British commando with that kind of long sleeve splitter. But yeah, basically commando means just a special forces unit trained in raiding or participating in raiding operations. As in what I do in every single game. Basically, what I do is I circumvent the enemy, go through the enemy, and basically misses the flags in the backyard, misses their base in the backyard, misses them in the backyard, misses the vehicles in the backyard. Get the idea. All right, Royal Marines. I should point out. What you got for me? Sherman 2 DD. Okay. The Sherman 2 was the duplex gear, duplex drive, which is what DDD stands for, which means he has two drives. This is one, or this is one, this is two. Also, the ability to bring up a tent. Oh, also Churchills. Not many though. Oh, lots of support vehicles. Centaur, okay. There you go. But yeah. I was confirming because, of course, I know commandos from Command Conquer with the GDI commandos, and I was wondering if anyone ever used the designation anymore, which they don't really. But it's become more of an operation classification as opposed to a unit classification. Alright, not bad, especially if you like tons of infantry. Insanely good, because you saw all those veterancies. I don't know where you are. A wildcat? What are you doing here, not an American faction? Okay. I mean, what I find funny in this game is just how many units are out of place. Well, I mean, if you play from the beta, or seen the videos, you know that the first units with Fireflies were the Germans. As you can see, the first units with Hellcats, I'm pretty sure, Hellcats and Wildcats are the British. I mean, it makes sense because they're using they're using actual divisions and their actual unit makeups. Or maybe not the actual unit makeups, they didn't use cards in them, but their actual. This division had a Wildcat, a Hellcat, and so on. So yeah, so you're finding out place units, and basically how they release the divisions. Okay, so not bad, not bad. They are pretty much one of the first Airborne, but the British, which is pretty much fools. Which is pretty much, yeah, a good description. Okay, moving on to the 3rd Canadian Infantry. Sniper Scouts? Oh, okay. Shit, snipers, eh? Sniper Scouts, we have Major. Who are you? Montgomery? No, Killer. Look like Montgomery there for a sec. Or at least I think I was thinking. Oh, else he reminded me of Montgomery, or am I even thinking of the right general by way of infantry? 10. We're almost at the Allies. Wow. And I've been doing this at a steady pace, giving enough units air time, or ability to pause time. Guru, where I'm getting Guru. Oh yeah, these guys get RM2s, of course, because they're Canadian. What you want from them? Ooh, and they also get fireflies. Actually, I might not like these guys. Now I want to make a deck for them because they get two Ram 2s to start off with. Ram 2s have 57 little guns. Really? I thought they had 75. It's not. Regiment 3s and we gotta wait for the fireflies. I mean, of all the units that have fireflies in them, I might like Canadians the most. Fame floor. A fame floor low carrier, also known as WWII. Priest. Toolbox. Oh, they get 3 stacks with 3 Wolverines and Phase B. That's not too bad. And they also get Achilles. Lots of Achilles later on. Yep. And notice how they use the British Definition 17 pounder in the name. However, the caliber is only 6. So that's the difference between the Achilles and the Wolverine. I've always wondered. It's because the Achilles has a 17 pounder. It's not just normal 76. And so that makes all the difference, as you can see. I mean, the Wolverine's 3-inch gun, as the Americans call it, which is 76mm, was a longer barrel of gun of the 76. It's not using the same gun as on the Shermans, of course. And the Achilles has a longer 17 pounder, which the 17 pounder was pretty much the same across all vehicles. Well, this has the whole thing right around the or they used to get rid of the fumes. But yeah. I mean, these guys won't be too bad, especially if I want to play more hold the position and support thing. Your MLP. And then they just, I mean, even with the offshore stuff, they're the same across all the factions. All the divisions, it's not much of a difference. I mean, I don't think there's a difference. At least across the allies, there is not. Which is supposed to make sense. Alright, one more deck for the allies. The first, Pensia, Trosna, Dilswich. Polish. So I didn't forget the L or C's for the Poles. Okay, I'll be honest, I mostly forgot the Poles roster. I mean, having there we go. But having lots, I mean, I like the Poles too, with their tanks and their little fireflies. Achilles 2C. Okay. Now look at that. It's a Crusader with the tri-mounted anti-aircraft guns. I actually went back to the xylophone. I meant to say that a little earlier, but I didn't really get to when we passed it. But basically, the xylophone. Well, you know what's funny? I mean, you know what's something like Katusha, which I realized recently, is the fact that the Katusha is 90% American. Why is it 90% American? For one reason, the truck which the Katusha launcher is sitting on, that is an American Studebaker truck. Like all these supply trucks and all the trucks you see in the Americans in this game. It's an American. And all the Russians did to beat the Katusha was put some of their junk rocket tag on top of a Studebaker truck and named it Katusha. Which is probably even funnier is the Soviet propaganda after World War II when they scrubbed the mention of the Allies being actually good people and how they helped the Russians, win the war. They probably forgot to mention that the Studebaker truck, or the truck that the Katusha rests on, is, American, 100%. They didn't even try to redesign the truck at all. Maybe they added armor to the windshields, but that's not that much of a difference. All Mustangs. Early Mustangs. Hurricanes, mostly also American. Again, the Polish were an army in exile, just like the French. And they didn't get, and also they didn't get to bring their big armored vehicles, which the Poles were developing armored vehicles, with them across the channel, unfortunately. Like the French didn't.